Hey guys. Okay, I just wanted to do a little, I can't say it's quick and easy, but a little option, of a New Year's Eve look. For you guys that's like a bit glam, a bit sexy, but not over the top. It's not necessarily a cheap look. It's a mixture of drugstore and luxury products. So in this one, I did it especially for you guys who have very curly hair or afro texture hair, maybe my 4C hair, and if you want to let your hair be out wild and free on the years, a look that will complement that wild and free look of your hair. And as you see, it doesn't clash. This is just going to be a voiceover one, because if I try to do the whole thing talking, this darn video will be about 3 freaking hours long if I try to talk through everything. So I hope you guys enjoy the look, and I will in the description box put down every product that I used. I'm not using L'Oreal Moisture Blur Moisturizer as my primer because the indoor heating, it dries out my skin. And I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation and Soft Tan. Now I typically color correct before I apply foundation, but this time I'm doing it afterwards, so I don't have to use that much. And I'm using the Maybelline Face Studio Master Camo Corrector Kit in Deep. Now this has actually become my favorite corrector kit that I've ever used so far, and it just came out this month. But some of you might have noticed that I've been using this kit for about a month or so now, but I just couldn't tell you what it was. But this is the kit that I've been using, that you see me doing color correcting with and highlight with. Now right now I'm doing some more concealing work underneath my eyes using Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in Sand. And I'm blending that with a damp beauty blender. And I'm also using it as highlight too, as setup for my contouring, which I will do later on. Now right now I'm moving on to my nemesis, my brows. And you always have to tame those things down, especially if you have thick ones like I do. And I start off using the Studio 10 Brow Lift Pencil in brown. And then I move in with my $1 Billion Brows Brow Powder and Taupe to fill in. Now I wanted my brows to be a bit darker, so I went to my UD Naked Smoky palette. And I used, what's the color? Black Market to deepen them. And then what I do is I clean up the area using my Fit Me concealer. Okay, I'm using my Urban Decay Primer Potion, the original, and I'm moving to my Beach Goddess palette, and I'm using Tahiti to set the Primer Potion, and then I'm going in with Aruba into my crease area in the inner arc of my eye to shade into optically narrow my wide-set eyes a little bit. And then I use Belize on the outer edges, for shimmer and depth. I move on to my UD Naked Smoky palette, and I use the shade Whiskey in my crease area. And after I do that, I use the brush in the Urban Decay palette, the blending side, to blend all the shades together I've applied thus far. And next, I'm applying Radar as an overlap to transition between the Aruba and Belize shades and muting them to fit in with the crease shade that I applied. And I also wanted to deepen the inner arc of my eye using Password. So now I'm going to give myself a bit of a winged look, but not a harsh line. So I'm using the e.l.f. Smudge Pot and Brownie to give me a soft, sexy hint of a wing. And I don't just use this on my upper lash line, I also use it on my lower lash line later. And you see that I kind of smudge it out a bit and extend the lower smudge all the way to the outer wing. And over top of that, in the middle, I also apply e.l.f. Lustrous Long Lasting Eyeshadow, excuse me, in Toast to give the middle of that, the inside of that wing, not the middle, but the inside of that wing, a little bit of a golden shimmer. And I wanted to add some more glow to my lids, so I swiped on the shade High from the UD Naked Smoky palette, from the center lid to the outer edge above the wing. Okay, now I'm doing some contouring, and I'm applying the darkest shade from the Master Camo Corrector Kit at the hollows of my cheeks. And I'm using concealer and foundation for my contour, and around the edges of my face, I'm using Clinique Superbalanced Silk Foundation in Sable, and I'm blending that with a damp sponge to give it a more natural look. And I also apply this same foundation to my nose area to kind of narrow it a little bit, but narrow it in a way that looks natural. And I blend that also with a sponge. And then I apply a sample of Clinique Concealer in Ivory as a second layer of soft highlight on my nose, chin, and forehead. And after this, excuse me, I mix together Bermuda and St. Lucia from the Beach Goddess palette for my cheek color. Right now, I'm applying highlighter to the planes of my face using the highlighter shade from my Master Camo kit, and I'm also using the shade Bora from the Tisdale palette, the Beach Goddess palette, to make it pop. Now I'm setting all of that with my e.l.f. Ultra HD setting powder and shimmer to give myself a soft glow. Now for my lips, I'm using a trick that I adapted from some tips that Destiny Godly, the lovely Destiny Godly, had gave on her Facebook page this week. And what I'm doing is layering my lips in different colors to kind of give them more of a little oomph without altering the shape of my lips. And what I started out using was a nude matte lipstick. Then I added a brown lip liner from the inner corners of my lips halfway up to the center, filling in along the way. And after that, I applied a bronze lipstick to layer on top of that. And then I added another layer of a sheer gloss and the highlighter from my Master Camo kit to bring a little bit more shine in, bring out the center of my lips a little bit. And then after that, I layered on some light, darn near white eyeshadow shades, because those were the only light shades that I had was in eyeshadows. And all of this does is to kind of subtly make your lips look fuller and poutier without you needing to alter your lip shape, where you won't have to line outside, your lip to make them look fuller and poutier. And what I just said, I kept layering until I got the desired effect. So I figured there's really no rules to it. You just keep going until you get the effect. And that's kind of how Destiny did it. She kept layering and adding on until she got the effect that she wanted. So I took that cue from her. And thank you, Destiny, for giving everybody that tip, because I actually liked the way that it turned out. It was subtle, but I liked the way that it made my lips pop.